Imagine your country's footballing king retiring from international football and then 5 years later coming out of retirement at 39 because he was still the best player. In 2021, Sweden's talent pool was considered shallow, to say the least. Fast forward to today, and something remarkable is happening. Sweden's football identity is being redefined by a new generation of talent that would shock even the most seasoned analysts. In this video, we will look at today's player pool, the hard data and clear patterns that show why Sweden might just be the next big force in football. Could this be the rise of a dark horse? Let's break it down. There is a new batch of young talent coming through, but first, let's look at who is spearheading Sweden's resurgence. Not many realise that two of the most in-form, in-demand strikers in world football are both Swedish. Any big team in need of a top-class striker, be it Arsenal, Man United or Chelsea, gets linked to these two forwards. Of course, we are talking about Alexander Isak and Viktor Gyökeres. Isak, playing for Newcastle United, has established himself as one of the Premier League's most clinical forwards. He's on 17 goals and 5 assists in the ongoing 2024-25 season across all competitions, including an 8-game scoring streak in the league. His technical ability, combined with his composure in front of goal, has drawn comparisons to some of Europe's best strikers. After their recent win versus Arsenal, Newcastle manager Eddie Howe described how Isak's pace and movements gave Arsenal problems. Just over a year ago, Eddie Howe commented on how Isak has some of the same characteristics that Thierry had, referring to the great Thierry Henry. So Isak's now considered a certified marksman. In enters the Wolf. Viktor Gyökeres has been a revelation at Sporting Lisbon, contributing 43 goals and 15 assists across all competitions in 2023-24, followed by a staggering 33 goals and 6 assists in the ongoing season, and brings a different dynamic to the side. Gyökeres is more than just an on-the-field character. His goal celebration has given him a cult-like following, with kids imitating him much as they once did for Zlatan. His physicality, combined with a knack for creating chances out of nothing, makes him a nightmare for defenders. Tiago Tomás commented on how he believed no player competing in Portugal has ever had such a significant global influence as he does at the moment. Former Dutch star Rafael van der Vaart stated how he thought, "It sounds crazy, but I think he is a slightly better version of Haaland. Haaland is incredible, of course, but Gyökeres has a bit more." Following Man City's 4-1 defeat to Sporting in the Champions League, owing largely to a Gyökeres hat-trick. But is there enough creativity in the team to get these two the ball? We will cover this, but let's look at how they play with each other. What sets Isak and Gyökeres apart is how they complement each other. Isak thrives in tight spaces, often dropping deep to link up play, while Gyökeres excels in transition, using his pace and strength to exploit high defensive lines. This dual threat has the potential to reshape Sweden's attacking identity, offering them a variety of tactical options to adapt against top teams. Gyökeres' performances have even caught the attention of European giants. Clubs like Manchester United, Bayern Munich, Tottenham Hotspur, Barcelona and Atletico Madrid are reportedly monitoring him for the upcoming summer transfer window as they see him as a complete forward capable of elevating their front line. Man United was also rumoured to have secured a deal with him as they appointed Sporting's manager Ruben Amorim, yet no such deal surfaced. Now let's look at the creativity in the team, including one 18-year-old boy wonder. Goal scorers need creativity behind them, and Sweden's midfield is brimming with players capable of delivering that spark. Ange Postecoglou, Tottenham manager, was all praises for Dejan Kulusevski, calling him one hell of a weapon to have. Tottenham have had a tough, injury-ravaged season under Ange Postecoglou, but Kulusevski has been widely regarded as Tottenham's best and most consistent player, even outshining his captain Heung-min Son, who has been Tottenham's main man for the past few years. Operating as an inverted winger or an attacking midfielder, Kulusevski's ability to drift inside, create chances, and dictate the tempo has been widely praised. In the 2023-24 season, Kulusevski registered 7 goals and 8 assists. On the international stage, Emil Forsberg also continues to be a guiding force. Despite nearing the latter stages of his career under contract at New York Red Bulls, Forsberg has proven experience, winning Swedish Midfielder of the Year 4 times in his career, and has shown ability to deliver in crucial moments. His contributions in key qualifiers, like his late free kick against Austria, underline his status as Sweden's go-to player for inspiration. From a struggling team to one that is this year's surprise Premier League package, Nottingham Forest. They are absolutely flying, and so is their Swedish wide man Anthony Elanga. Since being deemed not good enough for Man United, Elanga has had a resurgence at Nottingham Forest and was called a great talent by none other than Zlatan Ibrahimovic just a couple of years ago. Elanga has significantly impacted Forest's Premier League campaign this season, making 22 appearances and contributing to 3 goals and 5 assists. His versatility allows him to operate effectively across various attacking positions, enhancing Forest's offensive threat. Elanga's defensive contributions are also noteworthy, as he actively participates in pressing and tracking back, embodying the work ethic valued by the team's management. Now to that boy wonder we mentioned earlier, Hugo Larsson. Playing at Eintracht Frankfurt at just 18 underscores the belief top clubs have in his talent, with him being named the 35th best under-20 talent in the world. There's also Lucas Bergvall, another 18-year-old, who is delivering eye-catching performances at Tottenham under the guidance of compatriot Kulusevski. Another talent in Matthias Svanberg, playing for Bologna in Serie A, has evolved into a complete midfielder. With 4 goals, 5 assists, and a knack for pressing high, Svanberg too has drawn comparisons to Kevin De Bruyne for his dynamic style. But Sweden has more than just forward players to be excited about. Defensively with Sweden, there's Emil Holm, who has solidified his role as a rising star at Atalanta. Holm is not only defensively reliable, but also a serious attacking threat from the wings, proving his versatility. On top of all this emerging talent, there is an exciting new tactical philosophy to be optimistic about, but before that, let's look at why many feel Sweden have underperformed too often in the past. Sweden's tactical framework during Janne Andersson's tenure often came under scrutiny. Andersson, who oversaw Sweden's memorable run to the 2018 World Cup quarterfinals, favoured a pragmatic, defensively rigid system. While this approach worked against high-profile opponents, it also stifled Sweden's attacking potential, especially as dynamic players like Alexander Isak and Dejan Kulusevski emerged. Critics often pointed out that Andersson's tactics didn't accommodate the new generation's technical and creative strengths. Youth development has also come under severe scrutiny. While nations like Croatia and Denmark were producing a steady stream of world-class talents, Sweden's pipeline appeared uneven. Although standout players like Isak and Kulusevski emerged, there was a perception that the system wasn't consistently developing elite-level talent. The 2018 World Cup quarter-final run had shown promise, but their inability to build on that success revealed deeper issues. Sweden often lacked offensive cohesion, as their forwards struggled to be clinical. In the 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, Sweden managed only 12 goals in 10 games and failed to qualify, which was painful and disappointing, particularly as they watched smaller nations thrive on the global stage. Between Zlatan's retirement and 2022, Sweden's win rate dropped to just over 50%, highlighting their struggle to compete without a player who could single-handedly change games. Enter Jon Dahl Tomasson with a new tactic. Under Janne Andersson, Sweden played a pragmatic defensive style that brought occasional success, but lacked the flexibility and creativity needed against stronger teams. The tactical shift under Jon Dahl Tomasson promises a more dynamic approach, potentially resolving many of the issues that plagued the team in recent years. While Sweden's road back to the top remains challenging, the emergence of these new stars could finally provide the attacking spark the team has sorely missed since Zlatan's departure. In summary, the future is bright for Sweden. With an array of attacking talents firing on all cylinders across Europe, the potential is undeniable. But success at the international level requires more than talent. It demands cohesion, leadership, and tactical consistency. One of the key narratives for Sweden's resurgence is whether they can capitalise on this generational window. Players like Alexander Isak and Viktor Gyökeres are hitting their primes. Sweden's midfield, long seen as a weak link, now features dynamic options like Dejan Kulusevski, Anthony Elanga, and younger prospects like Hugo Larsson, Lucas Bergvall, Mattias Svanberg, all ready to step up. It is now up to Thomasson to capitalise on the talent coming out of this European nation. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more.